Hello guys and welcome back to Level Up Your Kitchen. Today we're actually in the kitchen and I'm going to teach you one of my favourite dishes, a chicken green Thai curry. I can live off this completely and I actually have lived on this for months on end. It's a great recipe to be able to freeze and just have ready for whenever you want it. So let's get started. I've already chopped up some veg, nice and ready. I've got some peppers, green, red and yellow, and some onions already done. I'm just going to start now by adding up some chicken. If you want this to cook quickly, you can fillet it, but for this we're just going to chop it into chunks or dice it. You want to be making sure that all of your chicken is roughly the same size. About this sort of centimetre squared to an inch squared is kind of the right sort of size. Okay guys, now we've finished chopping up all the chicken and all the veg ready to go in. We're now going to put some oil in our pan and start to fry off the paste. Any oil will do. Today I've got coconut oil because that's just what we have. Okay, let's get this turned on. I'm going to whack it up all the way to the top. For me, that's number 9. And let's melt down this oil. Okay, just while that's heating up, I want to talk to you about curry paste. Right now, at most supermarkets, you can find some sort of green Thai curry paste. The ones you buy in the supermarket, they tend to only be 1 serving or 2 servings per jar. So with that, you're probably going to need more. This is a concentrated paste. I've just got it from the local Asian supermarket. If you have one, it's really worth checking out to see if you can get it, because these pots last about a year. Okay, now that oil's all melted down, we're going to take the paste out of the bag and we're going to squeeze some in. You want a good dollop, I'd probably say about a tablespoon, but the more you put in, the spicier it's going to be. I like to put in about that much. So put this away. And like I said, you can just put this straight back in the cupboard and they last forever. Alright. Now that we've got the paste in the pan, we want to just keep pushing it down and fry it off. Be warned, this is going to be extremely fragrant and you're probably going to end up coughing and smoking out the whole kitchen, if not the whole house. So what we're going to do while that's just frying, we're going to get our coconut milk ready. If it comes in a can, that's fine. This is a whole big litre carton. If you can get it, it's great because it stays liquid and you don't have to heat it up like you do with the cans. But if you can't get it, just use a can, run it under some hot water or put it in a bowl of hot water just to melt it all down so it's all liquid to make life easier. Alright, you can really start to smell that now. You've got all those nice Thai spices. You want to be really careful and make sure you don't actually burn this, because if you do, it gives like a real bitter note to the curry that we don't really want. Alright, once the smell becomes almost unbearable, we dump in our coconut milk. Alright, so we'll just stir that in and mix it in. You'll still have some lumps, but they'll slowly melt down as we go. Okay, now that we've got our broth sorted, we want to season it. So if we use fish sauce. It's the Thai version of salt. If you don't have it, you can just use salt. Maybe some soy sauce would work, but if you can find fish sauce, you get it. Again, 1 bottle will last you forever. You just put in a good little splash. And then we're going to take our chicken and scrape all of our chicken straight in, because that's going to take the longest to cook. And basically you just want to keep the liquid simmering. You don't want it to boil over. So we're going to add in some sugar. Warning, Thai cooking contains a lot of sugar. Put in as much as you're comfortable with, but really it should be about half a cup. And we'll just stir that in so it starts to dissolve. So now that our Thai curry is coming and it's nicely seasoned, now we have the option to add fragrance. Now in Thai cooking, they can add lime leaves and lemongrass to most dishes. It's locked down still here, so you don't have any lemongrass, but I do have some lime leaves. You can just buy a bag and they stay in the freezer. They're absolutely not necessary, but if you can find them, they're a really great ingredient and they really add some more aromatic flavours to the curry. I've got about 5 leaves here and I'm just going to chuck them in as well. The leaves are perfectly edible if you want to eat them, but I don't think you really want to. They're quite chewy and not particularly nice. They're just there to add the flavour. Okay. Now that we've dumped that in, we can go in with our vegetables. So I'm going to start by adding in everything we've chopped up. Now, this Thai curry really can take anything you throw at it. This is completely untraditional at this point, but I like to chuck as much veg in there as possible. Sweet corn. One day I was making this, I had a tin of sweet corn just sat around, I decided to throw it in, and it really adds a nice little sugary note into most bites. Green beans, if you've got fresh, put fresh in, but I happen to have some frozen here, so I'm going to put the frozen in. And it really is just as much as you want. Now, we'll put some frozen broccoli in. Now, once you put your frozen veg in, it's really going to cool down the liquid, obviously as it's frozen. So it's going to take a little while for it to come up to temperature, but now it's pretty much done. We can just leave it to heat up and warm through, wait for the chicken to cook, and we can come back in about 15-20 minutes and it should all be ready. This is a great time to put some rice on if you want to have it with rice. If you've got a pan with a lid, it's a great time to put it on because it'll just help it come up to temperature quicker and it'll let all that frozen veg just steam. You do want to keep an eye on this. After about 10 minutes or so, it might start to heat up. If it starts to boil, just back off the temperature a little bit to a mid-level heat. Just make sure you keep checking back on it periodically. Take off the lid, give it a little stir, have a little look at how the chicken's going. I can see that my chicken's still a bit pink, so we know it needs a bit longer. With this, as soon as the chicken is done, you can really cook it for as long as you want to. You can reduce down the sauce so it's a lot thicker. In Thailand, they often serve it quite soupy. Quite often, I tend to leave it more soupy just because it smells so good. I'm getting really hungry and I can't wait to taste it. But you can do whatever feels right for you. Okay guys, it's been about 15, maybe 20 minutes and I can hear that it's starting to boil, so let's go and check on it. Just give it a good stir. You can tell this is about ready now. Like you can probably see, the consistency is quite watery. If we just leave it with the lid off for another 5-10 minutes, that should reduce down, but I'm getting a little bit eager to taste some. So let's grab a bowl. Spin. We'll grab a big ladle from over here. Let's have a little try. I'm too hungry to wait for rice, so let's just eat it like this soup. We'll just drop that down for a minute. Okay, and here we have it. Green Thai vegetable curry. Still far too hot to really be able to eat it properly, but that is just a lovely warming veggie curry. Enjoy guys.